Warren Buffett, I think he said to himself, think of 3 heroes and then model your life on those 3 heroes. And I think they're Benjamin Franklin, his father, and Benjamin Graham. Who are your 3 heroes, and why did you choose them? If you maybe you haven't chosen them, but you're going to have to choose them tonight.
Well, okay, so this woman here.
Thank you very much for your talk. It's very interesting you mentioned about lots of research about the correlation between happiness and money. I just wondered, what about power? How much power can you get to be happy? And assuming power and money are not necessarily exactly the same thing. So it will be interesting to hear your thoughts on that.
Very interesting. And then let's get someone from here. Yeah, there's this gentleman in the back over there.
I was just keen to understand, what would be your mental tool for finding your passion within your career?
Very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Okay, on the question of the heroes, it's true, Warren Buffett said, tell me your heroes, I tell you how your life is going to be, or what kind of person you're going to be. I don't think it works that way. Again, because you have certain genetics makeup and so on, and you have certain parents. But Charlie Munger has had a big influence on me. Heroes is too strong of a word. I don't have really heroes, but I have strong influences, and Charlie Munger has been one of the things. I would say somebody who comes close to a hero for me is my wife. And she's German. She comes from a family that was extremely poor but hardworking. On the 20th of the month, they didn't know if they were going to make it to the 30th of the month with the money. The kids have to work. She has a sister who is mentally disabled. But she's an extremely tough woman, and she's in the middle of life, and the way she approaches life is tremendous. So she's probably my biggest hero, is my wife. And then I could tell you a lot about lots of philosophers. Marcus Aurelius as a leader. I mean, just imagine it. He almost didn't want to be an emperor. I mean, it's the most powerful guy on the planet. But he always told himself in his meditations, at the end of the day, he wrote notes to himself, they're called meditations, that he shouldn't have an ego about it. He should be humble about it. And he always asked himself, how can I be fair to the other people? How can I be a good emperor? How can I not get it into my head that I'm emperor, that I'm this powerful guy? And if you read the meditations from Marcus Aurelius and read them, it's a very small booklet. You can read it in 1 hour. The meditations, and they're not made for public. They were not. He didn't want them to make public. He really made them for himself, and you will see that this is strong leadership. I totally admire. If you have that much power and you're so humble, and that is great. And then here we come straight to power and happiness. I know of research that looks at how much can you control your own life and happiness. So the more autonomy you have in your own life, the happier you are. I don't know of any research that looks at power, how powerful are you and how happy are you. I don't know of any research that way. But the more autonomy you have in your life, the more happiness generally you have. And one of those strands of research is looking at people who are employed, who are somewhere in middle management, compared to people who are self-employed, who have their own jobs. Usually those self-employed people make about half the amount of money, but they're much happier because they have the autonomy to say no to a certain client or to take on another project. So autonomy is hugely important. Power, I really don't know the research. Passion. Passion is a term that's completely overused in our society. So we look at okay, I have to look into myself and I'll find that golden figure inside myself that shouts and that knows exactly what I'm going to have to do, and I just have to be passionate for this golden figure, and then eventually I'll achieve it. If you look inside yourself, you'll find chaos. You won't find that golden figure that tells you exactly what to do. And everybody who says, I followed my passion, I was successful, is probably back, is probably doing a backstory backwards and interpreting it that way, but it was just pure luck. So it's better if you look at your skills that you have. Where do you have skills that are extraordinary? And then follow those skills and develop those skills. And develop and again, it's a Warren Buffett term, your circle of competence, and stay in that circle of competence. So go by your skills. You know those skills, they're much more easily to determine than looking inside and finding that inner voice and then following that inner voice. That leads to nowhere.